back to the channel. And today, a quick review for this book here, The Well of Ascension. So this is book 2 in the Mistborn initial trilogy, and this is a bit of a chunky boy. This is about a dozen pages of full mammoth length. It says just under 800 pages. Brandon Sanderson likes to write. He just likes to write. He just puts a lot of pages in his books, really. And his prose style is very easily digestible, and the font size is all right. So it's not as daunting as maybe it looks sometimes. So, book 2, a little bit slower to get its hooks in you than the Final Empire was. Sanderson takes a lot of time retreading his magic system and his character relationships here. And he really wants to establish those again in the reader's minds before he gets going, which is very good if you've been away from the first book for a long time. If you haven't, that's going to be a bit frustrating for you. But about midway through the book, so you might have to wait a while, the Sander launch starts coming, starts building, the plot, the action starts to find a rhythm, and anyone that's read Sanderson before will be very familiar with this. Characters. Elend Venture was a surprising one in this. He comes across as being, you know, a breath of fresh air. He's not a kind of overly emotional emo type, unlike newcomer Zane, you know, Chad emo Zane. You know, I did not appreciate that character. That's the issue here. A lot of those great crew members are put into the back burner, and it is really up to Vin and Elend to carry this book. Luckily, they are quite strong characters and it does work, but you may be a little disappointed that some of your favourite characters get kind of side hustled, you know, to an extent in this one. What I do like is that this mostly revolves around a siege, and I do love a siege. It isn't the greatest siege, but I will take a siege where I can get a siege. As far as the plot goes, unfortunately, there's a conflict between the plot and the characters in this book. So characters will, you know, Sanderson will make them monologue, you know, ad nauseum, trying to explain why they are making decisions that do not fit the character writing at all. And that is a real disappointment. And it is a bit, these are, I think, are earlier books by Sanderson, so hopefully it's something he fixes in his later writings, because that is a bit of a, you know, kind of, it's an amateur error, I think, where he's so caught up delivering this kind of intricate plot and this action set pieces at the end that he has to kind of contrive them to an extent through these character monologues that don't really fit with the characters' motivations and personalities. That's a bit of a shame, but it is kind of worth it in the end, I suppose, because, you know, he does plot, he does set pieces so well, and this does deliver those at the end. So, you know, it gives and it takes. This isn't as good as The Final Empire, but it is still a good book. Does it suffer with middle book syndrome? Maybe a little, but I'd certainly say this is still worth reading. I'd actually give this a 4.1 out of 5.